Salam guys, let us talk about Mrima Hill, the sacred hill in Kwale County. Now you cannot mention Mrima Hill without mentioning Jacob Juma. Jacob Juma was murdered about a decade ago. Now, why Mrima Hill? Because it holds the world's richest untapped deposits of rare earth minerals worth about $62 billion. Now, could this have been the reason why Jacob Juma was killed? But before we get there, it has become a battleground because the Americans are interested, the Chinese are interested, an Australian firm is equally interested, and back in 2013 there was a British firm that was interested. Part 2, let's talk about Jacob Juma. Salam guys, I just want to be as authentic as I can be. Nataka tu kuwa msema kweli. Like I said, Mrima Hill started as a sensational topic. But for me, it took me back to Jacob Juma. And then it took me back to who murdered Jacob Juma. And then now it has taken me on a whole journey, all the way back to Mbeberu's era, all the way back to the colonial period. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. But before I tell you the story of Mrima Hill and where it has started during Mbeberu's era, I want to tell Kenyans to wake up. Your ancestors are speaking to you, and they're speaking to you loudly and boldly, and I hope it is clearly. I want to tell you, hamjawai kukua uhuru, or is it huru? You're still under the shackles of your colonialists, of Mbeberu. And it is true. However much we say one term and two term, the problem will never be the next person that we elect as the president. The problem will always be the system that we've been shackled in. 60 plus years post-independence, we are still not uhuru. We are still shackled. Okay, and your ancestors are shouting and yelling through the Genz's. A conversation we might not be ready to have. We have Mrima that is awakening and taking us back to Mbeberu's era. Okay? And we have this conversation that has even made us start talking about Jacob Juma, a man who left us close to a decade ago. But then again, this is my brief research, and you have to read in between the lines. Sawa sawa. So, geological surveys ya Mrima Hill haikuanza leo, ilianza wakati when the colonialists were still here. Okay? And they found that the rare earth minerals are there. The iron ores are there. The neobombs are there. Okay? Sasa wacha nikupe tofauti ya akili ya sisi na akili ya Mbeberu. Mbeberu, as soon as they realized that this place is rich in minerals, they went ahead and they gazetted it. As what? As a forest reserve. And this was done in 1961. I would want to believe about April 28th, 1961. And what will this do? Definitely restrict mining in the area. Paka hapo tuko sawa? So if mining and such explorations were restricted in the area, then why are we having these conversations at this time? And I have seen many of you in my comment section, and you have gone ahead and boldly said, and even I have come across information on the alleged people or persons, or actually person, who might be behind the death of Jacob Juma. But I believe this is something quite deep, maybe a little bit dark, but mahali Beberu is involved, anything is possible. Up and until I am done with my research, I would want to post Jacob Juma's tweets. I would want to post the Magazeti and what they have been saying. On the day that he died, he had gone to court and filed papers in a 2 trillion case against the state for cancelling his mining license. But then I realized I will just not make this topic sensational and just come here for clicks and for us to continue saying XYZ is responsible for Jacob Juma's death. Because now when I look at these documents that I'm coming across, any party would have been party of wanting this man dead. Anyone. It could have been anyone. I am sorry, guys, to disappoint you, but I will not start mentioning names. At least not today. I will do the final part once I am done with this exhaustive reading and research that I'm doing. So salam, guys. Salam.
Shifting our focus now to Kenya's southern coast, where a quiet forest that's sacred to the local Digo community sits atop what could be one of the world's richest untapped deposits of rare earth minerals. Mrima Hill, a lush green forest near the Indian Ocean, is believed to contain rare earth elements and niobium. This mineral is vital to producing steel, smartphones and electric vehicles. In 2013, British-Canadian company estimated that these deposits could be worth more than $62 billion. Mrima Hill has drawn renewed attention over the past year. A U.S. diplomat, in fact, visited the site reportedly while serving as interim ambassador. Chinese nationals have also attempted to access the area but were turned away. And this year, Australian mining firms reportedly announced their bid to mine rare earths there. Locals saying that the arrival of investors and land speculators fueled deep suspicion and fear. For the Digo people who live around the hill, this forest is not just land, it's sacred. It's the home to their ancestral shrines, farms, livelihoods. And now they fear being evicted or denied a share of future mining profits. The roots of the conflict going back to 2013, when the Kenyan government revoked the license over environmental and licensing irregularities of the company. And the company claimed it lost the license because it refused to pay a bribe to the then mining minister. The charge was flatly denied by the minister, reportedly. And the company lost multiple legal battles in Kenyan courts and international tribunals. In the aftermath, Kenya even imposed a temporary ban on new mining licenses by citing widespread corruption and environmental damage. A decade later now, Kenya wants to relaunch its mining sector. The government is touting bold reforms, various tax incentives, digital licensing, promises of transparency to attract global investors. It hopes to raise mining's contribution to the economy from just 0.8% of the GDP today to a staggering 10% by 2030. But experts are warning that enthusiasm may be outrunning reality. As global powers like the US and China compete for rare earth dominance, the story of this hill is more than just a fight over minerals. It's a collision of local rights, national ambition, also global rivalry. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good. We are revoking all licenses from the 15th of January to date.
We have sunk in Kotek as a company in this exploration works so much money of our company resources. We will not let this threat of revocation be affected.
The war for control of Kenya's precious mineral resources appears to be shaping up as a battle of titans. It's a battle pitting the Mining Cabinet Secretary Najib Balala against Kotek Mining Kenya Limited, which grabbed headlines last month ostensibly for hitting a jackpot in Kwale's Mrima Hills.
On our find, this find you've been hearing us talking about $100 billion, which is roughly 8.5 trillion Kenya shillings. Is genuine, is confirmed. We have expert verification.
It was this announcement that threw a spanner in the works, with the Ministry of Mining calling a news conference Monday this week to set the record straight.
Any public announcement by a mining company, we as a government need to have that notification 21 days before the announcement, so we can know what is happening. We can go and testify those fines are genuine, or people are playing with the stock exchange overseas to raise funds.
Are these figures exaggerated to raise the share stock? My answer to that is no.
Those games are there.
This is how the corruption started.
Today, though, Kotek introduced a new twist into the unfolding saga, whose price is trillions of shillings.
The Minister of Mining was demanding Kenya shillings 80 million from Kotek Mining Company Limited, and that if the company did not honor the payment, the minister has threatened to cancel the licenses issued since 2007.
These allegations are apparently before the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission in a letter dated July 2013, drawn by Kotek Mining Kenya's Managing Director David Anderson and copied to the President and CID Director, the Chairman and Director of Kotek, and the CEO of Pacific Wildcat, which owns 70% shares of Kotek. Mining Cabinet Secretary had to suspend his Eid al-Fitr celebrations for a while to respond to the allegations soon after he left the mosque.
My track record is very clear on issues of corruption, and if it's money, I don't need money. Thank God, I am hardworking, and I will not need what he wants to offer.
To back up his claims, Juma placed a call to, according to him, the suspended Commissioner of Mining, Moses Masibo, who was apparently present as Balala demanded for the 80 million shilling bribe.
How much was it?
80 million.
80 million. That you will revoke our licenses.
What we were doing as a government, we knew people will hit back, so we were ready. Being legal, we will go legal. Being allegations like this, which are unfounded, we will know how to deal with them. No.
The reason why the other companies have suffered the fate of cancellation is not that the Commission of Mines did not follow the law. It's because of extortion bribery claim from Kotek that was declined by ourselves.
We are reviewing not only Kotek as one company, we are reviewing 43 licenses. And I've made it very clear that if you think and you believe strongly and the task force clears you, then definitely you deserve to get a license.
The Cabinet Secretary insists that Kotek's license should be scrutinized because he suspects it was issued unprocedurally.
What I feel, and it is suspicious, when all of us were at Bombers, waiting for the results and the announcement of who is the winner, and then you are in an office somewhere, issued a license on the 7th of March, then there must be something serious.
As and when the government gives us the license, it is not our prerogative.
At the time, a directive from Francis Kimemia, while serving as the head of public service, required all major contracts to be put on hold until a new government was formed.
The asset of Mrima belongs to Kotek Mining Limited for the coming 21 years, effective 7th of March 2013.
We want to review all these licenses from January, when Parliament is dissolved, till the 15th of May. Yeah? Review them. Whatever is good, we are going to reinstate them and reissue them. Whatever is bad, we are going to cancel them. As simple as that. Why is Juma panicking to this?
Jacob Juma now says his company, Kotek, plans to take the battle to court, not just in Kenya, but also in London and France.
This has been very expensive for Kotek. And I can assure you that we shall not lose a single penny. That I can assure you.
The country director of Kotek Mining Kenya Limited claims the company will demand a minimum of 10 billion shillings in compensation if its license won't be reinstated. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Weekend.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go, like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua life nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yenderembe. Pile up, yoni